So, I am 38 years old, going to 39, and I am divorced twice. And right now, I'm a single mother. Do I feel like a failure? Yes. Do I feel like there are lots of mistakes that I've made in my life up to this point? Yes. Do I blame myself for everything that has gone on and happened within that period of time? Yes and no. Hi, by the way, my name is facedCertainly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. On this channel here, I talk about my life experiences, and then you can get whatever lesson you want to learn, or you just want to feel like you're not alone, that you're not doing this by yourself, that somebody else has gone through it. You are welcome here. So, like I said, I am 38 years old, and my name is Hanifa, and that means I am a Muslim woman. Being a Muslim also has another added pressure, because when Muslims get married really young, they don't wait around. So when I was still in school, my father used to say, and I was really young, about 20, my father wanted me to get married. I didn't want that, so I left my father's house and I went to stay with my grandfather, who was gracious enough. He loved me, and he took me through school, he took me through uni, and I grew up in Uganda, East Africa. That's an African country. And I did my degree in public administration, majoring in human resource management in Uganda. If anybody knows anything about Uganda, they know that there are no jobs to have. So then I went on to do lots of different kind of businesses. All women in Uganda, I salute you, they're all business women. They have all had to do one business, or have done one business or another. I wanted to do so many businesses. I sold shoes. I at some point had a restaurant. At some point, I was in a hardware shop that I did, that later burnt down. Half of it burnt down, or then moved to another hardware shop, which didn't work out really well. I got a loan that went to shit. Excuse my French. I did another I ventured into another business, transport business. My then ex-husband bought me a car, and I was using it to transport petrol for Shell in Uganda. And I cannot begin to tell you how that was a colossal nonsense. Everything went to shit. The car used to get spoiled every day. The driver was literally taking me for a ride, because I was paying for his school fees. I was doing everything for his home, because every single day, one thing or the next was dead in this car. The joint of the car is dead. The petrol can is dead, because I didn't know nothing about cars. So he came up with all sorts of things. I was a proper slave there. Then to the Arabs. Then I moved from Dubai, and then I came to the UK. When I moved to the UK, I was very happy, and I'm still very happy to be in the UK, darling. Don't get me wrong. I'm so happy to be in the UK. The way I thought my marriage was going to go is not how it went. So things went wrong, and my marriage fell apart. That's a story for another day, in another video. My marriage didn't work out. So I ended up leaving my ex, and I thought he was the love of my life. I thought we're gonna, die together, and all those good things that you tell yourselves when you just started a relationship, but it did not work out like that. So I moved on. I was doing care business. If anybody knows anything in the UK, most Africans, when they come to the UK, that's where we start. Even though I had a degree, I didn't use my degree for anything. I was just doing that. But I loved it. I did it with my whole heart. I was taking care of people with dementia, and I loved it. I loved these people. Took very good care of these people to the best of my knowledge. So I moved from that business, and I stayed in there for like a long time actually. And while I was trying to get on the internet, trying to look for other things to do, how can anybody make money when they exchange time for money? I mean, that's the thing that used to be taught then by all mentors and coaches and everything. So that's what I wanted to kind of find out. How can I be able to get into another kind of business? So I got one coach lady. She was called Julian. I'll never forget Julian. Bless you, Julian Businje. Shout out. She taught me about Airbnb and property business. So I got into that. I started buying books. I started getting into that. And I'm actually still doing that to date. I guess the moral of this, the whole story is lots of things have happened to me. And I have, do I have regrets? Yes, of course I have regrets. Am I where I would have wanted to be at my age? Not yet. But I am not very resentful, or I'm not very unhappy about that, because I am a work in progress. I am constantly working on myself. I am constantly growing. I have not sat down in the corner to say, right, I'm going to let all these things affect me. No, I'm not doing that. When my first marriage died, collapsed, I moved on. I started to develop myself in business, do counseling and all sorts of things. Then I met my second husband, and then I thought, yes, this is it. This is where my life rests. This is where I'm going to fly off to the and just get, be happily ever after and everything. No, it didn't happen. Lots of things happened in that marriage, and that's a story for another day. But to cut that long story short, I had a baby in my second marriage. I have never ever wanted to be a single mother. That's why I gave birth later on in my life, because with all the bullshit that people, with all the nonsense that people are giving single mothers, I specifically never wanted to do this. All the time I was saying, no, I am not giving birth to a child when I am not ready, or when I am not married. And I took my time. This is why I love my baby so much, because I had her when I wanted to have the child. I knew I was ready, even mentally and emotionally. I was ready. But even though I wasn't ready for the fact that the father was going to leave, but I was ready to be a mother. And so I had my child who came premature. She's a very beautiful young lady. She came premature, and she has a condition called gene deletion, and it has its own things that come with it, which I will not talk about in this video. But the reason for this video is to say, you are not where you need to be, and it's okay. You have learned a few things, I presume, because I have learned so many things where I am at right now. Even though I have felt like a failure at some points, like okay, at my age, I should be having A, B, C, D. But at my age, I am happy. Even though I'm a single mother, I am still strong, and I'm still going on. I'm still going on my journey, and I'm still learning lots and lots of things. And I have a lot of things in my head. I have so many lessons that I have learned, especially from people, because people have taught me so much. Coming from a trauma kind of childhood, no love given, raped, discarded off, I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I was useless to everybody. So I learned how to buy myself through relationships and love and friendships and all kinds of things. They didn't work out. Nothing worked out. But at this point of my life where I am, I feel very comfortable in my own skin. I feel confident that I can be able to push life and do whatever that I need to be doing. I do have my ups and downs. Of course, everybody does have them. When you feel a bit low, you feel a bit, maybe like my child has this times when she's completely off, and she cries a lot, she's in pain, and this and that kind of affects me a lot. But no, I'm not letting that keep me down all the time. I am still able to pick myself up from that and move forward. So what are you doing if you feel like you are not where you need to be? What are you doing to get yourself there? What are you doing to get yourself there? Because I am doing lots of things to get myself where I need to be. I'm still doing my property business, which is absolutely wonderful for me at the moment. It does what it needs to be doing. But I'm still looking for other, other avenues as well. But I don't feel like a total failure. No, I don't. No, I don't. All through the time that, even though I'm supposed to be married at this point and have a husband and 5 kids floating around, I have only just the one, and I am divorced and I'm alone. Yeah, but I am not upset about that. I am not. No, I'm not unhappy about it. I am just growing through everything and moving forward. So I will, this video probably is going to be a lengthy one, but I will record another video to tell you like step by step of everything that I've been doing and how I feel at certain points and everything that I've been through. But for this particular video, I will say, before I end this video, I will say, not all failures are failures. Not all, for example, my failed relationships, I felt really bad when they ended, but then God has always, there's a good thing that comes out of everything. And all the relationships that have ended in my life, they ended because they had to end. They were not for me. This is why they had to end. If those people were supposed to be in my life permanently or until now, they would be here, because I am not a horrible person. I'm not perfect by any stretch. I'm not perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying this. I am not the most horrible person you have ever met. And I am I'm actually a recovering people pleaser, that I will give everything for other people. I will give everything for people that I love in order for them to feel loved and to feel okay. So I'm not the most horrible person you have ever met. So I do know for a fact that people that did not stay in my life, or relationships that did not work out, it wasn't because I was a horrible person. That's not one of those reasons. So it's not all bad when people decide to leave your life. It's not all bad. You need to grow and move on. Like I have grown and I have moved on. I am now more happier. I am more confident now. I have less people using me, because I do not let lots of people use me anymore like they used to use me before. But I will talk about my marriages one by one and what exactly transpired in those relationships. But I will say that it hasn't all been bad. So if you are there and you feel like you are losing out, you are of a certain age and you haven't been able to accumulate or achieve what it is that you think you are supposed to be achieving at that point of your life, just sit down and think about it. Where do you want to be, and how do you want to get there? And start planning, just like I'm planning. Just like I'm planning and trying to get there, one thing off the list by one thing, as in one by one. Yeah, so please comment down below in the comments and tell me, what are you doing, where do you need to be, and what are you doing to achieve that? Because sleeping or being sad about life, or I am how old and nobody loves me and blah blah blah, that's not going to help you. It has never been able to help anybody, at least that's in my knowledge. It hasn't been able to help anybody. So what are you doing towards your plans, and how let's help each other. And how do you, if you need my help, I'm here. If you have any questions, I'm here. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please subscribe to my videos and just share it. If there's just one thing that got you, please share it. Thank you so much.